year's overtime. I know. Yeah. Well, good afternoon, fans, and welcome to Pirate Field here on the campus of Armstrong Atlantic State University for today's Peach Belt Conference contest. Your Armstrong Atlantic State University Pirates in their final regular season series of the year, taking on the regular season Peach Belt Conference champion, Georgia College and State University Bobcats. Georgia College comes in. They've already locked up the #1 seed in the Peach Belt Conference tournament, and they have clinched the regular season championship. And they will send Eric Pettifer to the hill. He'll be countered by Armstrong Atlantic State senior right-hander Thomas Gray. Thomas with a 4-3 record this season, a 5.14 ERA, 82 1/3 innings pitched, 105 hits given up. He has walked 23 and struck out 57. And he will face this Georgia College and State squad, which leads the Peach Belt Conference in hitting with a .357 average. They also rank 15th in Division II in team batting average. And the Bobcats lineup looks like this. Kyle Allen will lead things off and play left field. Sean Harrell, the conference's leading hitter, will bat second and play center field. Steve Moyo, the third baseman, will bat third. Sean Ward will bat cleanup and play right field. Matt Pitts, the first baseman, bats fifth. Richard Perkle will be behind the plate today. He'll bat sixth. Brett George, the designated hitter, bats seventh. Jason Vena will be at second base and bat eighth. And Chandler Snell will be the shortstop, and he will bat ninth. Defensively for the Pirates, behind Thomas Gray, John Roberts will be behind the plate. Drew Walker gets the start today after he delivered the game-winning RBI single in the 13th on Tuesday against Erskine. Jake Sutton will be at shortstop. Carlos Cardoza-Oquendo at second. Chris Zitrower will be at first. And in the outfield from left to right, it's Josh Wilson, Michael Price, and Alex Weish.
Starting at 1.
Leading off, top of the first for the Bobcats, left fielder, #7, Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen, a senior left-handed hitter from Conyers, Georgia, steps in. He will lead things off for the Bobcats. Hitting .408, that is fourth in the Peach Belt Conference. 6 homers, 37 runs driven in, and he looks at a first pitch strike from Thomas Gray. Next pitch is high for a ball, and it's 1-1. 1-1 pitch is lifted into left field. Charging hard is Wilson on the run, and he will make the catch near the foul line for out #1. So that will bring up the center fielder, Sean Harrell. He hits the first pitch right back to Thomas Gray. Gray will walk it over to first and then underhand it to Zitrower. So we didn't get a chance to get into the season of Harrell, who is leading the Peach Belt Conference in hitting, as he came in with a .486 average. Quickly, though, Thomas Gray
Third baseman, #21,
gets 2 outs here in the first, and it brings up the third baseman, Steve Moyo. Another left-handed hitter for the Bobcats. Moyo hitting .382 with 2 homers and 30 runs driven in. A senior from Rochester, New York, played community college ball at Monroe County. The 1-0 pitch is a ball, and it's 2-0 on Moyo. We are just underway, top of the first inning, between the Pirates and the #8 ranked Bobcats. The 2-0 pitch by Gray sails high, and it's now 3-0. Moyo with an interesting crouch to his batting stance. Really brings those knees in. The 3-0 pitch from Gray is at the knees for a strike, making it 3-1. Off-speed pitch from Gray is in the dirt, and Moyo draws a 2-out walk here in the first, and it brings up the cleanup hitter, Sean Ward.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, right fielder, number 16, Sean Ward.
Ward is a junior right-hander from Martinez, Georgia, Middle Georgia College product from a year ago. He's hitting .380, which ranks 10th in the league. He hits a ground ball to third. Walker up with it, throws on to first, and Scott cannot keep his foot on the bag. Zitrauer at first, and it will be safe at first on the throwing error by Walker. And so the Bobcats have a pair of runners on with 2 outs for Matt Pitts.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, first baseman, number 44, Matt Pitts.
So runners at first and second for Georgia College. Pitts steps in with a .350 average, 11 home runs, and a team-leading 72 runs driven in. That ranks second in the Peach Belt Conference. And the first pitch is at the knees for strike one. Senior from Brunswick, Georgia. Pitts 6'5", 200 pounds. Takes a pitch low for a ball. And the pitch is a strike. To Pitts, so it's now a 1-2 count on the first baseman for the Bobcats. Swinging a fly ball into center field on the run, Michael Price. He sails underneath it, makes the grab, and that retires the side. So 2 on for the Bobcats. But with 2 out, Gray gets out of the jam, and we go to the bottom of the first inning with the Pirates coming to bat.
For the Pirates,
Alex Weish, Drew Walker, and Chris Zitrauer will lead off the bottom of the first inning for Armstrong Atlantic, facing Eric Pettifer, 6-0 with a 4.98 earned run average. This is his 8th start and 12th appearance of the season. 56 innings pitched for Pettifer, 67 hits given up. He has walked 16 and struck out 48. And he starts off, Alex Weish, with a strike. Pettifer is a junior from Gordon, Georgia. The 0-1 pitch is in the dirt, taken for a ball. And it's 1-1. Alex Weish, a .362 average, 3 homers, 40 runs driven in, as well as an NCAA Division II leading 48 stolen bases. Big swing and a miss on the breaking ball by Pettifer, and it's 1-2. Weish has 48 steals. That is 4 shy of the Peach Belt Conference single season record of 52. Pitch is in the dirt, taken for a ball, and it's 2-2. So the 2-2 delivery from Pettifer is inside, and it's a full count on Alex. The payoff pitch is upstairs, ball 4, and Weish is on with a leadoff walk. And it brings up Drew Walker.
Third baseman, number 31, Drew Walker.
Walker, the sophomore from Ringgold, again had the pinch hit RBI single in the 13th inning on Tuesday in the Pirates' 5-4 win over Erskine. So he earns the start today for the Pirates. Walker with his 23rd start of the year, 38th appearance. He is hitting .253 with 1 home run and 19 runs driven in. Pitch is in the dirt, down and away to Walker, the lefty hitting third baseman. It's 1-0. Weish with a pretty good lead at first. Throw over to first, and Weish just does get back. It was interesting. The first baseman, Pitts, did not have his foot on the bag. He was actually a foot in front of the bag to field that pickoff throw. But Weish was able to maneuver around the throw and get back to the bag. Another quick throw, but not as close this time. Weish back to first. Alex has been caught stealing 9 times out of his 57 attempts with 48 steals. A pitch to the plate is a strike, so it's a 1-1 count on Walker. He has also been picked off 3 times this season. Throw over to first, and Weish is picked off. So for the 4th time this season, Alex Weish is picked off first base, and there's 1 down for Drew Walker. And Walker hits with a 1-1 count. One pitch bounces in and for a ball. So it's 2-1. Swinging a pop-up in the infield, left side. Third baseman Moyo makes the grab, and there's now 2 down in the inning.
Up to bat for the Pirates, first baseman, number 23, Chris Zitrower.
So 2 down, Chris Zitrower steps to the plate. Playing first base today, .353 average, 6 homers, 42 runs driven in. Pettifer's first pitch is over the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Breaking ball drops in for a strike, making it 0-2 on Zitrower. There are 2 other games in the Peach Belt Conference today, as this is the last regular season weekend of play in the league. The 0-2 pitch from Pettifer outside, taken for a ball. North Georgia is at Flagler for a 7 p.m. start tonight. And then USC Aiken is hosting Catawba in a key region matchup. Catawba, the champions of the South Atlantic Conference, already into the NCAA Regional. USC Aiken trying to play their way in, as they're currently on the outside looking in with regards to the Southeast Region field. Zitrower swings and misses, and that is strike 3. So the Pirates get a base runner, but he's picked off. We're through 1 here at Pirate Field. No score between the Pirates and the Bobcats. We move to the top of the second inning here at Pirate Field. Richard Perkle, the catcher, leads things off. He'll be followed by the DH, Brett George, and Jason Vena, the second baseman. Perkle steps in a .356 average this year with 14 home runs and 56 runs driven in. His 14 home runs are tied for 4th in the Peach Belt Conference. Gray's 1-0 pitch to Perkle, low for a ball. It's 2-0. Perkle, a 6'2 junior from Norcross, Georgia. 2-0 pitch, that's also low. So Gray pitching cautiously to Perkle. He's fallen behind in the count, 3-0. 3-0 pitch, that is a strike at the knees, making it 3-1. Georgia College, 17-4 in the Peach Belt Conference, has clinched the regular season title. As that pitch is low and Perkle draws a leadoff walk from Thomas Gray. The next closest team record-wise is Francis Marion at 16-8. So even if Georgia College were to drop all 3 games this weekend, they'd still finish a game ahead of the Patriots. North Georgia could win 3 this weekend against Flagler, but they would only make it to 18-9. Bunt by George, and Thomas Gray can't field it cleanly. That'll be a infield hit for the designated hitter, Brett George. And that means there's 2 on with nobody out for Jason Vena, the second baseman. How can it be an error if you don't even throw? All I know is Brett, if there was a quarterback named Brett George, he'd have the strongest arm ever.
Should I change it?
So with 2 on and nobody out, Thomas Gray's first pitch to Vena is low for a ball. Correction, that will be an error on Gray. George will still get credit for the sacrifice. But either way, there are 2 on with nobody out. Gray's next pitch is bunted again, back to the pitcher, but Gray will go to third, and it's not in time to get the lead runner. So that'll be a fielder's choice, and the bases are loaded here in the second.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, shortstop, number 15, Chandler Snell.
So we go back to the top of the lineup, or excuse me, to the 9-hole hitter, Chandler Snell, who hits with the bases full. He looks at a first pitch strike from Thomas Gray. Snell hitting .299 with 23 runs driven in on the year. Senior from Loganville takes another strike from Gray. And it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Thomas Gray outside for a ball. Three on, no out. We're in the top of the second inning, first of 3 between the Pirates and the Bobcats. We'll have a doubleheader tomorrow. There's a line drive single into left field. Base hit, 1 run will score. And Georgia College strikes first here in the second inning. With Chandler Snell's RBI single, it's 1-0.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, left fielder, number 7, Kyle Allen.
So now we go back to the top of the lineup. Kyle Allen, the left fielder who flew out to left his first time up. Gray's first pitch is a changeup a little outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is a strike on the outside part of the plate. So it's 1-1. In the latest Southeast Region rankings, Georgia College was ranked 3rd despite leading the Peach Belt Conference this season, as Allen swings and fouls it off. Francis Marion is currently the top-ranked team in the region. Mount Olive is 2nd. The Bobcats are 3rd, and they also took a loss on Wednesday in their last action. They lost 14-10 to Erskine, a day after the Pirates knocked off the Flying Fleet. So a sweep this weekend would help their efforts in trying to move up and possibly host the Southeast region. Mount Olive is in for sure. They are currently ranked 2nd. They won the Conference Carolinas Championship. Catawba is ranked 5th, won the SAC. They are definitely in as well. Columbus State, by the way, is ranked 4th, and Erskine right now is holding on to that 6th spot in the region rankings. The 1-2 pitch is low, so it's 2-2 now to Allen. So the pitch from Thomas Gray, grounded up the middle. That is a base hit. 1 run is in. Runner comes home, and the throw will be cut off. It's a 2 RBI single for Allen, and Georgia College has scored 3 runs without it out being recorded here in the 2nd. They lead at 3-0.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, center fielder, number 1, Sean Harrell.
And that brings up Sean Harrell, but it also brings out assistant coach Calvin Culberson from the Pirates dugout to come and talk to Gray. Here in the top of the 2nd, 5 straight batters have reached against Gray. A walk, an error, a fielder's choice, and then a pair of hits. And so Coach Culberson trying to calm Gray down a little bit. And now that the meeting on the mound is through, Gray will face Sean Harrell with runners at 1st and 2nd. And nobody out. He bunts down the 3rd base line. Tough play by Walker, and that is going to be a bunt single for Harrell. And the bases are loaded again.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, 3rd baseman, number 21, Steve Moyo.
So Steve Moyo steps to the plate. He drew a walk in the 1st against Thomas Gray. And he looks at a strike. From Gray, making it 0-1. Swinging a foul tip. Makes it 1-1. The loss by Georgia College on Wednesday to Erskine snapped a 7-game win streak for the Bobcats, and in that 7-game streak, they did not score less than 7 runs. In fact, they have not scored less than 7 runs in their last 11 contests, not since an 8-6 loss to UNC Pembroke way back on April 10th. They lead the Peach Belt Conference in runs scored due to the Bobcats. as well as leading the league in hits, doubles, stolen bases, and runs batted in. Pitch from Gray is a bouncing ball to second. Cardozo-Oquendo up with it, throws wild to first, and that will score another run, and that'll be a hit and an error for Moyo, and it's now 5-0.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, right fielder, number 16, Sean Ward.
So Ward, the cleanup hitter, right fielder, is the 8th batter to hit in the inning, and again, still nobody out. And Thomas Gray's first pitch to him is inside for a ball. Next pitch is hit deep but foul down the left side.
Was that a very long strike?
Yeah, the longest.
A long strike.
2 on for the Bobcats, 5 runs already in. And the next pitch from Gray is high for a ball, so it's 2-1 on Sean Ward. Well, last night, the Armstrong Atlantic State Athletic Department hosted its annual Student Athlete Awards banquet over at the Armstrong Center. Even though the spring seasons aren't over, a chance to honor student athletes in the Pirates' 11 sports for their efforts this season. And for the first time, the Armstrong Atlantic State Athletic Department honored a male and female student athlete of the year. Mick Erdoya of the men's tennis team was named the male student athlete of the year, as there is a ground ball to second. Cardozo-Oquendo up with it, throws on to first, and there's one away, though a run does score as Harrell comes home from third. It's 6-0. On the women's side, the 2009-2010 ASU Female Student Athlete of the Year was women's soccer standout Kristen Burton. Matt Pitts, the first baseman, steps in, flew out to center field his first time up. He takes a pitch low and in for a ball. Runner on third, now 1 out in the inning. Pitts grounds one foul down the third base side, which makes the count 1-1. Swinging a fly ball into left field on the run, Josh Wilson. He'll make the catch. It is deep enough to score Moyo from third. So that makes it 7-0 on the sacrifice fly by Pitts.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, the catcher, number 18, Richard Perkle.
So Richard Perkle, the catcher who led off the inning with a walk, steps to the plate. And the first pitch to him is low for a ball. Next pitch is a strike, making it 1-1. 7 runs in the inning, though only 4 of the 7 are earned against Thomas Gray. Pirates have committed a pair of errors in the inning. Fly ball into right field, and that's going to fall for a base hit in front of Alex Weish, and Perkle is on for the second time in the inning.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, designated hitter, number 3, Brett George.
And the designated hitter, Brett George, steps in. He reached on the error by Thomas Gray on the bunt attempt. Runner goes on the pitch, throw down to second, and Perkle is out trying to steal. And that will end the inning for the Pirates. But 7 runs for the Bobcats on 5 hits. There were a pair of errors in the inning, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. It is 7-0 Georgia College. John Roberts, Austin Thomas, and Josh Wilson here in the second for the Pirates, facing Eric Pettifer, who has been given a 7-0 lead by his Georgia College and State teammates in the second inning. First pitch is low for a ball. One 1-0 pitch fouled off, making it 1-1 to Roberts, the sophomore catcher from South Effingham, hitting .396, 13 doubles, 11 home runs, and 49 runs driven in on the year. It's big swing and a miss on the low pitch by Pettifer, and it's 1-2. Big swing and a miss, and Roberts is out on strikes, leading off the bottom of the second inning. And with one down, it brings up Austin Thomas.
Up to bat for the Pirates, the designated hitter, number 6, Austin Thomas.
Thomas dropping down to the 5th spot in the order, with Drew Walker moving into the lineup today, batting second. Thomas hits a ground ball to short. Snell takes it on 2 bounces, throws over to first, and there's 2 away.
Up to bat for the Pirates, Left fielder, number 5, Josh Wilson.
And that brings up senior Josh Wilson, who was honored last night at our awards banquet by the commissioner of the Peach Belt Conference, David Brunk. Came to recognize Wilson for becoming the new all-time hits leader in Peach Belt Conference history. Right now, Wilson's sitting on 308 hits. That is tied for 14th in Division II history with Rob Dahlberg of West Alabama. He hits a ground ball down the line. That is a fair ball. And digging for second is Wilson. And Wilson will pull up into second base with an one-out double. Excuse me, a two-out double. And that's the first hit of the game for the Pirates for Wilson. His 14th double of the season and his 68th double in his career. With one more, he will tie the Peach Belt Conference record of 69, set by Clint Waters of Kennesaw State. So Wilson still chasing Peach Belt Conference history here in his final weekend as a Pirate.
Number 1, Michael Price.
So Wilson on at second for Michael Price, the junior center fielder, hitting from the left side. He shows bunt and misses on the pitch, so it's 0-1. Price hitting .282 with 28 runs driven in, also 25 stolen bases, which ranks second in the Peach Belt Conference. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, strike. And it's 0-2. Pettiford checks the runner Wilson at second. The 0-2 pitch well high and outside. Taken for a ball. Pirates trying to answer the 7 runs scored by the Bobcats in the top of the second. And the 1-2 pitch is outside for a ball, making it 2-2. Georgia College an impressive 13-4 away from home this season. The last time the Bobcats lost on the road in Peach Belt Conference play was more than a month ago, March 27th, when they lost 7-5 at USC Aiken. They then went on to win the next 2 games in that series and take the series from the Pacers. Michael Price has come back and worked a full count against Eric Pettifer. The payoff pitch from the Bobcat right-hander. Hit foul down the left side. Again, the 3-2 pitch, that's well high for a ball. And Michael Price draws the walk. Second walk issued by Pettifer.
Up the bat for the Pirates, shortstop, number 7, Jake Sutton.
And it brings up the shortstop for the Pirates, Jake Sutton. Sutton hitting .268 in his freshman season for the Pirates, 19 runs driven in. He swings and hits a ground ball to first. Up with his pitch, he'll underhand it to Pettifer, and that will retire the side. Pirates get a hit and a walk. but cannot score. We go to the top of the third at 7-0, Georgia College. Chad Jackson back with you here at Powered Field. We move to the top of the third inning. It'll be the bottom third of the order for the Bobcats. Brett George, the designated hitter, will lead things off. He was at the plate when Richard Perkle was out trying to steal. To end the third inning, he grounds one to Carlos Cardozo Kendo at second here. Carlos flips it to first, and there's one away.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, second baseman, number 2, Jason Vena.
So with one down, Jason Vena steps in. He reached on a fielder's choice bunt attempt when the Pirates tried to get the lead runner at third. He later scored on the 2 RBI single by Kyle Allen, and Thomas Gray starts him off with a strike. Bobcats have won 4 straight in the series with the Pirates. They swept 3 games from Armstrong in Milledgeville last season, as Gray delivers another strike. Then won the last game of a 3-game series here in 2008. The Pirates won the first 2, though, in that 3-game series to take it 2-1. 0-2 pitch outside, taken for a ball. And it's 1-2. The 1-2 delivery from Gray popped up down the right side, foul territory. Alex Weish gives a good run and makes the grab, and that is out, number 2.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, shortstop, number 15, Chandler Snell.
So with 2 down, Chandler Snell, the shortstop, steps in. He singled in a run his first time up. So he's 1 for 1 today. Gray into the wind, and his first pitch is a breaking ball strike. Snell showed bunt, but did not offer at the pitch. Seven runs on 5 hits for Georgia College, all of that coming in the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, 3 errors for Armstrong, as the 0-1 pitch sails in for a ball. So Gray's 1-1 delivery to Snell, grounded through to third. Hot stop by Walker at the hot corner. Walker throws on to first, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Bobcats in the third. We go to the bottom of the third inning, 7-0 Georgia College.
Number 4, Carlos Cardozo Okendo.
Senior Carlos Cardozo Okendo leads off the bottom of the third inning for Armstrong Atlantic. Facing Eric Pettifer. Cardozo Okendo with a .268 average, 14 runs driven in. And he looks at a first pitch strike from Pettifer. Carlos from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Transfer from Georgia State. In his third season with the Pirates. Hits a high chopper foul down the third base side. And it's 0-2 on Carlos. Cardozo Okendo, one of 7 seniors on the Pirates squad this season, as that pitch is outside for a ball. 4 of the 7 in the starting lineup today, including the pitcher Thomas Gray and outfielders Josh Wilson and Alex Weish. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Pettifer strikes out Cardozo Okendo. That's the third strikeout of the game for Pettifer. And we go back to the top of the lineup in Alex Weish.
For the Pirates, right fielder, number 3, Alex Weish.
Weish drew a leadoff walk in the first, but then was picked off first by Pettifer. Pettifer leads the Bobcats as high chopper to short, gloved by Snell, throw to first in time. Nice play by Chandler Snell at short to retire Weish, and there's quickly 2 down. The pickoff by Pettifer in the first inning was the team leading 5th
Number 31,
for the Bobcat right-hander. And with 2 down, Drew Walker steps to the plate. He popped up to third base, his first time up. First pitch is low for a ball. Foul tip on the pitch from Pettifer. Moves the count to 1-1. And the breaking ball from Pettifer drops in for a strike, making it 1-2. One-two pitch, that is a little low. gets past the catcher. But it's now 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch is in the dirt for a ball. So the 3-2 pitch to Walker is a fair ball down the first base line. Walker is going to dig for 2, and he will be in with a 2-out double here in the third. Second straight inning where the Pirates have gotten a 2-out double against Pettifer. And it brings up Chris Zitrauer.
Well, up to bat for the Pirates. First baseman, number 23, Chris Zitrauer.
Pettifer's last outing came in a non-conference contest against North Greenville a week ago. The Bobcats won it 7-4 in 7 innings, and Pettifer threw 6 2/3, gave up 10 hits, 4 runs, walked 1, struck out 9. As Zitrauer takes a pitch low for a ball. His last conference outing came against Montevallo back on April 17th, a 19-12 slugfest won by the Bobcats. Pettifer threw 8 innings in that one, gave up 7 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. Line drive into left field, but that will be caught by the left fielder Kyle Allen. A little bit of good luck by Allen as he was in the perfect spot to make the catch on the sinking line drive. Pirates get a hit but nothing else. We're through 3 here at Pirate Field. It is 7-0 Georgia College. Did you advance the inning?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making. Didn't know if you hit it and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Want to find out more about all 11 of Armstrong Atlantic State sports teams, including rosters, schedules, statistics, bios? Check out your official source of AASU athletics at aesupirates.com. What? AASU Pirates.
My wife bought her car there, like before those commercials became popular. Yeah. Yeah. 2 years ago, no, it's all the coaches. We didn't get any this year, did we? Yeah. Burkhammer supposedly had a sponsor pay for those. The magnets. Thomas Gray delivers a first pitch ball to Kyle Allen, the left fielder, leading off the top of the 4th inning here at Pirate Field. Allen is 1 for 2 with a 2 RBI single. And Gray has started him off with a pair of pitches outside the strike zone. The 2-0 pitch grounded up the middle. Nice play by Jake Sutton as he spins behind the bag at second and throws out Allen for out number 1.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, center fielder, number 1, Sean Harold.
So one down for Sean Harrell. He is 1 for 2 as well today. Grounded out to first and then singled in the second. And he looks at a first pitch strike. Oh, one breaking ball, high chopper. That is a fair ball. Behind the bag at third, Drew Walker couldn't come up with it, and that is going to be a double literally down the left field line as it hit on the line behind third base and about a foot over the head of Drew Walker, or over the glove, excuse me. So Harrell is 2 for 3 as he is Peach Belt Conference leading. 486 batting average climbs higher.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, third baseman.
And he is on at second with one out for Steve Moyo, the third baseman. Moyo takes a pitch down and away for a ball. He is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Next pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, making it 1-1. And the next pitch is low for a ball to the third baseman, Moyo. The double by Harrell, the only hit given up by Gray that was not in the second inning. That's baseball for you. One bad inning and you find yourself on the short end of a 7-0 score, where otherwise Gray has pitched pretty well outside of that second inning. The 3-1 pitch from Gray is a strike, and the count runs full. Ground ball to second. Cardozo-Oquendo up with it. He throws over to first, and that is the second out of the inning. Harrell moves from second to third on the ground ball to the right side, and it brings up the right fielder, Sean Ward.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, right fielder, number 16, Sean Ward.
So Sean Ward steps in. He is 0 for 2. He reached on an error in the first and grounded out to second base in the second. Gray's first pitch to him sails in for a ball. Tomorrow is a 1 o'clock doubleheader, though there is a chance of rain pretty much all day. It's right now sitting at 30% from 8 a.m. all the way to 5 p.m. Ground ball to third. Drew Walker throws on to first, and that retires the side. The Bobcats get a hit, but nothing else. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's 7-0 Bobcats. John Roberts, Austin Thomas, and Josh Wilson to face Eric Pettifer here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 7 runs for the Bobcats in the second, and that is all the scoring we've had in today's contest as Georgia College leads at 7-0. John Roberts takes a breaking ball inside for ball 1. Roberts, a strikeout victim of Pettifer in the second. Just his 16th strikeout of the year for a power hitter. Roberts does not strike out very much. Just 16 strikeouts in 188 at-bats, given that he leads the Pirates not only in average, but in home runs and runs batted in as well. 1-1 delivery as a breaking ball outside for a ball, making it 2-1. One scoring change to let you know about back in the second inning, the ground ball to second by Moyo as Roberts hits a single into right field for a base hit. The hit and the error initially credited to Moyo in the second now has been changed to a 2-base error on its face. All that really does is make one more of the runs given up by Gray in the inning unearned. So 4 of the 7 runs given up by Thomas Gray in the second inning of the now unearned variety.
Now there's only 5 hits for them.
And Austin Thomas steps in. He takes a pitch outside for a ball. It pops out of the glove of Perkle, but Roberts has to stay at first. Thomas grounded out to short in the second inning. So he's 0 for 1. He hits a ground ball to third. This could be 2. And then the throw from the third baseman, Moyo, goes into right field, and that will be an error on Moyo as he threw it into the dirt trying to turn 2. It wasn't a good throw by Moyo, and not only is Thomas safe at first, but Roberts moves all the way to third. So credit Thomas with a fielder's choice.
Left fielder, number 5.
And Roberts is safe on the error and makes it all the way to third. And there is now 2 on for the Pirates for Josh Wilson. First error committed by the Bobcats today. Pirates have committed 3 in the game. And for Moyo, that is just his 4th of the season. The first pitch is a ball to Wilson, who doubled off of Pettifer in the second inning. The hit by Wilson, he now has 309. That ties him with Nick Diorio of Florida Southern for 13th all-time in Division II history. His 68th double brings him into the top 15 all-time as well. In that category, he is tied with Clay Sartain of Delta State with 68 career doubles. Pitch is high, and it's now 3-0 to Wilson. The 3-0 pitch is a strike, and it's 3-1. John Roberts on at third, Austin Thomas on at first. Nobody out here in the 4th. Best scoring opportunity for the Pirates in today's game. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line. That is going to fall for a fair ball. 1 run scores. They'll have to hold Thomas at second. But Josh Wilson is now 2 for 2. And the Pirates score their first run of the ball game. It is 7-1.
On to bat for the Pirates, center fielder, number 1, Michael Price.
So Josh Wilson now with 2 hits in the ball game, 310 in his career. And Michael Price steps in. He shows bunt and misses contact on the first pitch from Pettifer. He's behind in the count 0-1. Price drew a walk from Pettifer back in the second. Bunt by Price down the third base line. Moyo throw to first is in time, so Price's sacrifice is successful, moving both Wilson and Thomas into scoring position.
To bat for the Pirates, the shortstop, number 7, Jake Sutton.
So that brings up Jake Sutton. He grounded out to first unassisted his first time up. The freshman shortstop from Sarasota, with a chance to drive in a pair here with Austin Thomas at third and Josh Wilson on at second. Pettifer starts him off with a strike. Swinging a ground ball to second, and it's booted by the second baseman, Vania, and that is an error on Vania, and that will score another run and put runners at the corners.
To bat for the Pirates, second baseman, number 4, Carlos Cardoza Oquendo.
So the second error of the inning by the Bobcats keeps the inning alive for the Pirates. 2 runs in the inning, both unearned against Pettifer. And Carlos Cardoza Oquendo has runners at the corners. We're still just 1 out in the inning. He bunts that pitch foul, and it's 0-1. Cardoza Oquendo, a strikeout victim of Pettifer in the third inning. He offers at the next pitch as well, but can't make contact, and it's now 0-2 on Cardoza Oquendo. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Cardoza Oquendo is out on strikes for the second out of the inning.
To bat for the Pirates, right fielder, number 3, Alex Weish.
So we go back to the top of the Armstrong order. Alex Weish, 0 for 1 with a walk, steps in. Pitch is a wild pitch that will move the runner Sutton from first to second. It bounced in on Perkle. Perkle couldn't field it cleanly. He did, though, block it enough that the runner Wilson at third could not score. But it's now a 1-0 count on Weish, and now Weish has a pair of runners in scoring position. And the next pitch is high for a ball, making it 2-0. We are in the bottom of the fourth. The Pirates have plated their first 2 runs of the ball game. Georgia College still leads, however, 7-2. Fastball inside, and Weish is way ahead in the count, 3-0. The 3-0 pitch to Weiss is low, ball 4, and Weiss draws his second walk of the game, and it loads the bases for Drew Walker, who doubled his last time up. 32nd walk drawn by Weiss. That ties Michael Price for team high honors. The Pirates done a nice job this season drawing walks, 244.
Number 31, Drew Walker,
which ranks among the Peach Belt Conference leaders in being patient at the plate. Walker steps in, 1 for 2 with that double in the third inning. First pitch to him is hit into right field. That is into the gap, and that is going to roll all the way to the fence. Weiss around third, he will score. It is a bases clearing double for Drew Walker, and it is now 7-5.
To bat for the Pirates, first baseman, number 23, Chris Zitrower.
So 5 runs in for the Pirates. Chris Zitrower steps to the plate. He lined out to left his last time up, as the Pirates have started to figure out Pettifer a little bit here in the fourth inning. There are, however, two errors in the inning by Georgia College. All of these runs against Pettifer in the fourth unearned. High chopper to short. Snell up with it, though. He throws over to first, and that retires the side. But the Pirates plate 5, and we go to the top of the fifth inning. Your score, Georgia College 7, Armstrong Atlantic 5. We move to the top of the fifth inning here at Pirate Field. It's a ball game again, as the Pirates have scored 5 runs to match the 7 runs scored by Georgia College in the second inning. It is 7-5, and the top of the fifth inning will be Matt Pitts, Richard Perkle, and Brett George to face Thomas Gray. Pitts looks at a first pitch strike. And it's 0-1. Pitts has flied out twice. Once to center in the first, once to left in the second, that drove in a run on the sacrifice fly. So officially he is 0 for 1 today. The 1-1 pitch is fouled off, and it's 1-2. Swinging a pop-up behind the plate. That will get out of play. And the count remains 1-2 on Pitts. The line on Gray through 4 innings, 5 hits, 7 runs, 3 earned. He has walked 2. He has not struck out a batter. Meanwhile, Pettifer for Georgia College, as that is a ground ball foul. 4 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, none earned. He has walked 3 and struck out 4. Line drive up the middle, and that is a single for Pitts in his first hit of the ball game. And Georgia College has the leadoff runner on here in the 5th for Richard Perkle, the catcher.
To bat for the Bobcats, the catcher, number 18, Richard Perkle.
Perkle is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Both of those at-bats or plate appearances came in the 2nd inning. He swings and fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Perkle walked and scored in the 2nd, then singled also in the 2nd, but was caught stealing by the Pirates' John Roberts. Foul ball down the right side. That is out of play. And it's 0-2. Roberts has thrown out 24 of 74 base stealers this season. The 0-2 pitch from Gray, grounded to third. This could be 2. On to second for 1. On to first. It is a 5-4-3 double play that erases Pitts. 49th double play turned by the Pirates this season.
To bat for the Bobcats, the designated hitter.
And now 2 down for the designated hitter, Brett George.
Yeah, they're on, but they don't work. Such a slump.
George 0 for 2. He looks at a first pitch strike. George reached on an error in the second, and grounded out to second in the 3rd. Breaking ball from Gray is off the plate. Seven runs on 6 hits, 2 errors for Georgia College. 5 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors for Armstrong Atlantic. We are in the top of the 5th. As Gray's next pitch is a little high. And it's 2-1. Two-one pitch swung on and missed by George. Good split finger, and it's 2-2. Two-two pitch, that's fouled off the end of the bat by George. Keeping the count at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch is way high for a ball. So the count now runs full. The payoff pitch from Thomas Gray. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And that retires the side. Bobcats get a hit, but that runner is erased on the double play. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is 7-5, Georgia College. Bottom of the 5th inning here at Pirate Field. John Roberts leads things off for the Pirates. Takes a pitch low for a ball. Roberts led off the 5-run 5th inning for Armstrong with a single. Pirates plated 5 in that inning. Big swing and a miss on the 1-0 pitch, and it's 1-1. Roberts singled, reached second on an error on a ground ball to third, where the third baseman Moyo threw in the dirt. Line drive up the middle, and Roberts is 2 for 3 as he is on for the second time via a hit. And it brings up Austin Thomas.
Up to bat for the Pirates. Designated hitter, number 6, Austin Thomas.
Austin Thomas steps in. He grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. So officially he is 0 for 2 today, though he has scored a run back in that 5-run 5th inning. Or excuse me, 4th inning. Breaking ball from Pettifer low for a ball, and it's 2-0 on Thomas. Throw over to first, but Roberts not going anywhere. He barely has a 2-step lead at first. Fastball from Pettifer, that is right over the plate for a strike, making it 2-1. This weekend, the final regular season action for Armstrong Atlantic State Athletics, though 4 Pirate teams will advance to the postseason, as there is a fly ball into left field, and it's dropped by the left fielder, Allen. And that'll be a hit for Thomas, as Allen had a long way to go to make a play on the ball. Even though it hit in his glove, he was fully extended to try and make a play on it.
Left fielder, number 5, Josh Wilson.
So back-to-back singles for the Pirates, and Josh Wilson will now step to the plate. Wilson 2 for 2. But with the tying runs on and nobody out, will Wilson be looking to bunt? First pitch is high. Wilson showed bunt, but it was up around his neck, and it's 1-0. One-0 pitch is offered at by Wilson. Could not make contact. It's a strike. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch fouled off by Wilson as he tries to bunt. And the count is now 1-2.
Number 46 is out there. I'm about to start doing it.
The 1-2 delivery from Pettifer is down and away, and it's 2-2. Wilson was still showing bunt. And the 2-2 pitch is low, so the count is now 3-2 on Wilson. Three balls, two strikes. The pitch from Pettifer to Wilson will not be made. Instead, Pettifer bluffs a throw to second. The 3-2 pitch to Wilson is bunted to the pitcher. Throw to first is not in time, and that is going to be an infield single for Wilson as he has a 3-hit day. And the Pirates have the bases loaded with nobody out. There was a photographer here from the Effingham Herald who used that chair on Tuesday, so that's why it's out there. He just never brought it in. Visit to the mound is done by Georgia College, and Michael Price will step in. The Pirates have the bases full with nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. There is some activity in Georgia College's bullpen as Michael Price looks at a first pitch strike from Eric Pettifer. Brendan Molkowski, a 6'6" senior from Schenectady, New York. Schenectady, excuse me. Is that like Worcester, Mass? The pitch is inside to Price, and it's 1-1. Malkowski warming up for the Bobcats as Pettifer works against Michael Price. Price is yet with an official at bat in this game. He drew a walk in the second and executed a successful sacrifice in the fourth. Pitch is fouled off by Price. And Pettifer steps off the rubber, gets a new sign, and will work from the stretch with the bases loaded. The pitch to Price is hit into right field, and that is tailing away, and it will be a base hit for Price. 1 run scores as all the runners advance. It is now 7-6. So 4 straight singles for the Pirates here in the fifth.
The bat for the Pirates. Shortstop, number 7, Jake Sutton.
And Jake Sutton will step to the plate. The tying run for the Pirates is on at third. Austin Thomas, Josh Wilson at second, Michael Price on at first. And Pettifer will deliver a first pitch in the dirt to Sutton, who is 0 for 2, though he has reached on an error and driven in a run. The 1-0 pitch from Pettifer, grounded to third. Moyo throws high to the plate, and it is safe all around. 2 runs are going to score, and it goes into the dugout. So it's a dead ball situation, and we are going to score another run, as with now we're going to send Price back. So an error all the way around.
Error on us too for assuming.
And it will be 2 on. 2 runs score. And Price will end up at third, and Sutton will end up at second. It is a fielder's choice for Sutton.
To bat for the Pirates, second baseman.
And the second error for Moyo, second throwing error for Moyo in this ball game. And the score is now 8-7, Armstrong Atlantic, as Carlos Cardozo Kendo looks at a pitch in the dirt for a ball. 3 runs in the inning. Nobody out in the inning. And the Pirates have erased that 7-0 deficit from the second inning. The 1-0 pitch is low for a ball, and it's now 2-0 on Cardozo-Oquendo. Two-0 pitch inside for a ball. It's now 3-0, and Pettifer in danger of loading the bases again, as he is way behind Cardozo-Oquendo. The 3-0 pitch is outside, ball 4.
Up to bat for the Pirates, right fielder, number 3, Alex Weish.
So that brings up Alex Weish, who has walked twice himself in this game. And it looks like that is going to be it for Pettifer, as the move has been made to the bullpen. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. You're listening to Pirate Baseball. The new pitcher for Georgia College is junior right-hander Ryan Haney from Fayetteville, Georgia, 6'3", 175 pounds, and he relieves Eric Pettifer. And it brings up he will face Alex Weish.
Right fielder, number 3, Alex Weish.
Haney goes 4+ innings. He did not get a batter out here in the 5th. 9 hits, 8 runs, 2 earned. 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and the bases full here in the 5th. Haney's first pitch is a strike to Weish. Haney is 2-0 with a 3.91 earned run average, making his 12th appearance of the year. 23 innings pitched. He's given up 33 hits. He has walked 9 and struck out 25. And Haney's 0-1 pitch to Weish is in the dirt, taken for a ball. And that's 1-1. Weish 0-for-1 with a pair of walks drawn. in the game so far today. The 1-1 pitch, grounded to third. Moyo comes home and gets the force this time. So Price is out at home on the fielder's choice by Weiss. That is the first out of the inning. And it brings up Drew Walker.
For the Pirates, third baseman, number 31, Drew Walker.
That brings up Drew Walker, who is 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles and 3 runs driven in today. He looks at a pitch upstairs for a ball from Haney. The 1-0 pitch, that is a strike on the outside part of the plate. And it's 1-1. Eight-7 Pirates lead. Pirates have scored 8 unanswered after Georgia College scored 7 in the second. 1-1 pitch, that is low for a ball, and it's 2-1. Two-one pitch hit to right field. Catch is made. Runner's tag, and now the runner at second will stay, Cardozo-Kendo, but the runner at third, Sutton, scores. And it's now 9-7.
Well, to bat for the Pirates, first baseman, number 23, Chris Zitrower.
That is the 4th run of the inning for the Pirates, and Armstrong leads by 2. And Chris Zitrower steps to the plate. He is searching for his first hit of the ball game. He is 0 for 3, though he has hit the ball hard his last 2 times up. And he takes a pitch low for a ball. It's 1-0. Haney from the stretch. The pitch to Zitrower is fouled off. Went chasing a pitch low in the zone. Just got a piece of it to make it 1-1. Cardozo-Kendo leads away from second. Alex Weiss leads away from first. Runners go on the pitch, and it's a hit and run. Zitrower fouls it off. And it's now 1-2. Nine runs, 9 hits, 3 errors on Armstrong Atlantic. 7 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for Georgia College as we bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch from the reliever Haney to Zitrower is called strike 3, and that ends the inning. But the Pirates played 4 in the bottom of the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Armstrong Atlantic leads 9-7. Jason Vena, Chandler Snell, and Kyle Allen to face Thomas Gray here in the top of the 6th inning. Vena shows bunt, takes a pitch from Gray for a strike. And it's 0-1. Some Peach Belt women's basketball news to pass along to you. Just released. The East Carolina University has hired Francis Marion women's coach Heather Macy for its vacant head coaching position. As Vena takes a strike and is behind now 0-2 in the count. Macy led the Patriots to back-to-back Peach Belt Conference titles and was a 2-time Conference Coach of the Year. And had Francis Marion in the national rankings 3 consecutive seasons, so we wish her the best of luck in East Carolina in the Conference USA. And Francis Marion will now be searching for a new women's basketball coach. Pop up in the infield. Walker gives way to Jake Sutton. Sutton makes the grab for out number 1. And that will bring up the shortstop, Chandler Snell.
Shortstop, number 15, Chandler Snell.
Snell is 1 for 2 with an RBI single today. Gray's first pitch to Snell is inside for a ball. Pitch is low for a ball, and it's now 2-0 to Snell.
Oh, cleared it. Woo! It worked for half a second.
See if it works now, just kidding.
No. We had 2 outs stuck up there for 3 innings.
Swinging a ground ball to short. Sutton up with it. Long throw to first in time. Nice play by Sutton. Walker dove for it, couldn't make the play, but Sutton there to back him up and make the play at first, and there's 2 down.
To bat for the Bobcats, left fielder, number 7, Kyle Allen.
So the first pitch from Thomas Gray to Kyle Allen, the left fielder, is a strike. The next pitch is a ball, so it's now 1-1. Allen is 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI single. That came back in the 7-run second inning. So the pitch from Gray to Allen is fouled off behind us. That will get out of play. And it's 1-2. Breaking ball outside. Allen laid off of it, and it's now 2-2. There is activity again in the Georgia College bullpen, as the 2-2 pitch is pulled foul down the right side. And the count remains 2-2. Earlier for the Pirates, Trent Landa was warming up in the bullpen. Not sure if he is still up or not. As the 2-2 pitch from Gray is grounded foul down the first base side. This one a little closer than the last Knock by Allen. So again, the 2-2 pitch popped up to very shallow right field. Alex Weish, Carlos Cardozo-Kendo converge. Cardozo-Kendo makes the grab, and 3 up, 3 down go the Bobcats in the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Pirates lead it 9-7. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field for a 3rd straight inning. Catcher John Roberts leads things off for the Pirates. John is 2 for 3 in the game with a pair of runs. He hits a fly ball into deep right field, but it will stay in the park as the right fielder Ward makes the grab for out number 1.
Up to bat for the Pirates, designated hitter, number 6, Austin Thomas.
Now we'll bring up the designated hitter, Austin Thomas. He is 1 for 3 with a single. That single came in the 5th. He also scored a run in the 4th after reaching on a fielder's choice. So he has scored a pair of runs. He looks at a first pitch strike from Haney, who is beginning his 2nd inning of work in relief of Pettifer. Breaking ball outside for a ball. Pettifer, the final line on him, 4+ innings, he gave up 9 hits, 9 runs, 2 earned, walked 4, struck out 4. As another pitch is outside to Thomas, making it 2-1. The 2-1 delivery from Haney is low and in, and it's 3-1. The 3-1 pitch is a strike. Thomas thought he had drawn a walk, and it's now 3-2. Three-two pitch grounded to third. Strong throw by Moyo over to first is in time, and there's quickly 2 down here in the 6th for the Pirates.
Up to bat for the Pirates, left fielder, number 5.
As Josh Wilson comes to the plate. Wilson 3 for 3 with a double and an RBI. .311 hits now in Josh Wilson's career as he looks at the pitch low for a ball. one more hit, and Wilson will enter the top 10 in Division II history for career base hits. Strike on the outside corner from Haney. And the next pitch is swung on and missed, making it 1-2. The 1-2 delivery to Wilson is called strike 3, and 3 up, 3 down go the Pirates here in the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Armstrong Atlantic leads 9-7.
Number 1.
We move to the top of the 7th inning here at Pirate Field. 2, 3, 4 hitters in the order for the Bobcats. Facing Thomas Gray, Sean Harrell, the Peach Belt's leading hitter, steps in. He takes a pitch high for a ball. Harrell 2 for 3, so that average has gone up. Double in his last at bat. Singled and scored in the 2nd. He hits a fly ball into right. Should be no trouble for Weish. He makes the running catch near the line for out number 1. So with 1 down, Steve Moyo, the third baseman, steps to the plate.
For the Bobcats, third baseman, number 21, Steve Moyo.
Moyo is 0 for 2 with an RBI. He has also drawn a walk, and he takes a pitch low for a ball. Not a particularly popular discussion on my end of ages in the press box, as that one goes over our head foul.
The kids in here are talking about being old.
Overtime.
Let's just say if you added your ages together, you wouldn't be far off. Line drive into left field. That is a base hit from Moyo. And the Bobcats have a 1-out runner here in the top of the 7th for the right fielder, Sean Ward.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, right fielder, number 16, Sean Ward.
I will say this, at least I gave you both credit on the highlight video last night.
I haven't seen it. Is it on the website?
It is on the website. ASU.com or ASUPirates.com. Actually, it's on Facebook. So Facebook.com/ASU Pirates. It has the link to the highlight video. 54 minutes chock full of highlights from all 11 Armstrong Atlantic teams this season, with musical accompaniment. Ward hits a topped ground ball to the pitcher Gray. Gray will underhand it to the first baseman Zitrauer. That will be the second out of the inning. Moyo does move to second. And that will bring up the first baseman, Matt Pitts.
That's good enough for me.
To bat for the Bobcats.
Who is 1 for 2 with an RBI.
Number 44, Matt Pitts.
Pitts singled his last at-bat. He also has a sacrifice fly today, increasing his lead, their team leading RBI total to 73. That is second, by the way, in the Peach Belt Conference. He leads the Peach Belt in doubles with 20. Cameron Scott, who is not in the lineup today for the Pirates, ranks second in the Peach Belt in doubles with 18. And Thomas Gray starts off Pitts with a strike at the belt. The 0-1 pitch is grounded to short. Sutton takes it on 2 bounces, throws to first, and Zitrauer keeps his foot on the bag. That is the third out of the inning, and we head to the bottom of the 7th. It's a 7th inning stretch. Stand up wherever you are. Pirates lead it 9-7. We move to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic leading number 8 ranked Georgia College and State University 9-7.
Michael Price.
7 runs for Georgia College in the 2nd inning, but 5 runs for the Pirates in the 4th and 4 runs in the 5th. So it has been a story of big innings here at Pirate Field as Michael Price shows bunt, but takes a strike from Ryan Haney, and it's 0-1. Price is 1 for 1 with an RBI single. He has also drawn a walk and executed a successful sacrifice. So a productive day so far for the junior from Orlando. The 1-1 pitch from Haney is low in the dirt, making it 2-1. Clouds starting to gather here in Savannah. Not threatening clouds, at least not yet. There is a chance of rain later on tonight and into tomorrow. We hope to have word on any possible change in the game times for tomorrow. Right now, as it stands, it's going to be a 1 p.m. doubleheader tomorrow, but that could change, and if it does change, it would be for the earlier. The 3-1 pitch to Price is a strike, and it's 3-2.
We all do.
So the 3-2 pitch to Price is lifted into left center field. That is going to drop for a base hit. And Michael Price has his second hit of the game, and the Pirates have the leadoff runner on in the 7th.
Up to bat for the Pirates. Shortstop, number 7, Jake Sutton.
And we'll bring up Jake Sutton. 0 for 3 with an RBI in today's contest, as that will spur some more frantic activity in the Georgia College bullpen. A left-hander starting to warm up. Looks like it might be number 14, William Mathis, a junior from Peachtree City. Runner goes on the pitch. It's a hit and run, and that is a fair ball down the right field line. Rounding third is Price, and they will hold him, but Sutton will end up at second. It is a double, and the Pirates have 2 on with nobody out here in the 7th.
Up to bat for the Pirates. Second baseman, number 4, Carlos Cardoza Oquendo.
Price got the good jump, but it wasn't really deep enough of a hit for him to score. However, Sutton never broke stride as he rounded first. He ended up at second without a throw. And now the infield comes in as Carlos Cardoza Oquendo steps to the plate. He's yet to put a ball in play today. He has struck out twice and walked once. First pitch to Cardoza Oquendo is in the dirt for ball 1. "11 hits now for the Pirates, 9 runs, looking for more with runners at second and third, nobody out." The 1-0 pitch is a strike on the inside part of the plate, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch bounces in and gets away from Perkle, but in the direction of the field of play, so no chance for either Price or Sutton to advance. And it's now 2-1 to Cardoza Oquendo. Haney's 2-1 pitch to Cardoza Oquendo is grounded to second. That will look the runners back, throw on to first, and that is the first out of the inning. So the infield in works at least for the first out as Cardoza Oquendo is erased, and that brings up the right fielder Alex Weish, who is searching for his first hit of the day, though he has been on base 3 times, twice with a walk. Once on a fielder's choice, he has scored a run. Haney's first pitch is a strike at the letters. Fastball in the dirt, again blocked by Perkle. That's 2 balls in the dirt that Perkle has successfully blocked, and that preventing a run from possibly scoring. But the count is 1-1. We are in the bottom of the 7th. Pirates lead at 9-7, looking for more against the 8th ranked team in the nation, and the Peach Belt Conference regular season champions. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. It will hit foul as Ward gave chase, but probably a good thing he did not catch that ball because it would have been plenty deep enough to score Price from third. Haney works from the stretch. The pitch to Weish is in the dirt. That one still does not get away from Perkle far enough to advance the runners, but the count is now full on Weish. Oh, it's 2-2. I thought it was 3-2, but instead it is a 2-2 count on Weish. The pitch from Haney is inside, and the count is now full on Alex.
Yeah. It cooled off. It works now. It doesn't like wet or hot.
It works now.
Yeah.
I bet that box gets all fried when it's baking in the sun.
So the payoff pitch upcoming to Weish from Haney, and it's poked foul by Weish. Good back control. That was in the dirt, but Weish just got enough on it. And the 3-2 pitch is well high, so Alex Weish works a walk and the bases are loaded.
Well, up to bat for the Pirates, third baseman, number 31.
And that will bring up Drew Walker, who has driven in 4 already in this game.
With 2 doubles.
2 doubles, including one of the bases loaded variety, as well as a sacrifice fly. And we're going to get a visit to the mound by the head coach for Georgia College, Tom Carty. We'll take a short break and come back. You're listening to Pirate Baseball. The new pitcher for Georgia College is senior left-hander Cleet Jessup, 6 foot, 190-pound Darien, Georgia native and transfer from Georgia Southern, as he replaces Ryan Haney. Jessup, no record, an 8.34 ERA, 13 appearances. He has 1 save, 22 2/3 innings. He's given up 28 hits. He has walked 9 and struck out 25, and he faces the left-handed hitting Drew Walker with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th, and he starts off Walker with a curveball strike. Haney threw 2 1/3, 2 hits shutout, walked 1, struck out 2, but all 3 runners on base are his responsibility. The 0-1 fastball is outside for a ball, and it's 1-1. Michael Price on at third. He led off the inning with a single. Jake Sutton doubled down the right field line, and Alex Weiss drew a 1-out walk. He is at first. The 1-1 pitch is popped up. Foul territory. Third baseman Moyo cannot make the grab as he went charging towards the fence, and it's now 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from the lefty Cleet Jessup to the lefty hitting Drew Walker is in the dirt, again blocked by Perkle. That's about 4 pitches in the dirt since Price has been at third that Perkle has blocked successfully. He's getting no help from his pitching staff, at least here in the 7th, as he is getting quite the workout behind the plate. Now the 2-2 delivery is fouled back to the screen. Well, next week, Georgia College will be the top seed out of the West Division in the Peach Belt Conference tournament, but for their efforts, they will have to face the host USC Aiken Pacers in the 6 o'clock game on Saturday, May 8th. It is a single elimination tournament, as that pitch is low, making it 3-2 on Walker. 4 games on Saturday and 3 games on Sunday, including the semifinals and the finals at Roberto Hernandez Stadium at USC Aiken for the 2010 Peach Belt Conference tournament. The payoff pitch from Jessup to Walker is hit into left field. Foul territory. Making the catch is Allen, and it is not deep enough to score Price. So now the Bobcats are 1 out away from getting out of the inning, as the Pirates had runners at second and third with nobody out. And it brings up Chris Zitrauer.
Up to bat for the Pirates, first baseman, number 23, Chris Zitrauer.
And it looks like Zitrauer will not face the lefty Jessup. Instead, he may face the righty that's in the bullpen right now. If that is the case, Jessup did his job. He came in and got the left-hander Walker out. The other matchups in the Peach Belt Conference tournament: the first game at 11 a.m. on Saturday, East 1 seed Francis Marion will play West 4 seed Georgia Southwestern. And then also at 11 a.m. at Lake Olmsted Park in Augusta, the minor league home of the Augusta Green Jackets, the West 2-seed North Georgia will face the East 3-seed Flagler. The third game at 2:30 at Roberto Hernandez Stadium will be UNC Pembroke, the East 2-seed, against the West 3-seed Columbus State. And then that final game on Saturday, number 1 West Georgia College faces East number 4 USC Aiken. The new pitcher for Georgia College is number 24, Ryan Parson, a 6'2 junior from Madison, Georgia, and a transfer from Valdosta State. As he comes in to face the right-hander Zitrauer, Jessup pitched to one batter and got one out, the left-handed hitting Walker. Ryan Parson is 1-1 with a 9.35 earned run average this season. This is his 14th appearance of the year. He does have 2 saves. He's pitched 26 innings, given up 34 hits. He has walked 7 and struck out 19. And he will try and get the Bobcats out of this bases-loaded jam with no runs scored. It's a 9-7 Armstrong Atlantic lead here in the bottom of the 7th.
Now pitching for the Bobcats, number 24, Ryan Parson.
So Parson toes the rubber, and Chris Zitrauer will step to the plate. 0 for 4 is Zitrauer. Pair of strikeouts. He lined out to left and grounded out to short. First pitch to him is a strike right over the plate. Still the bases loaded here in the 7th. Next pitch is hit into right field, but right at Sean Ward. He makes the catch, and the Pirates let a golden opportunity slip away here in the 7th. We head to the top of the 8th inning. It is 9-7 Armstrong Atlantic.
Bobcats, number 18, Richard Perkle.
6, 7, 8 hitters in the order for Georgia College, facing Thomas Gray here in the eighth. Richard Perkle, the catcher, leads things off. He looks at a pitch low for a ball. Perkle is 1 for 2 today. He has singled, walked, and grounded into a double play, and he hits one foul down the left side, making it 1-1. Perkle, even though the relievers Jessup and Parson came in and got the two batters they faced with the bases loaded out, it was really Perkle the reason why the Pirates did not score in the bottom of the seventh, as he blocked several balls in the dirt, not allowing the runner at third, Michael Price, the opportunity to advance home. And as it is still a 2-run ball game here in the eighth. 9-7 Armstrong Atlantic. The 1-2 pitch from Thomas Gray, grounded to short. Sutton up with it, long throw to first, not in time. And that is an infield hit for Perkle, who runs surprisingly well for a catcher, so much so that he actually attempted a steal in the first inning, but was thrown out by Armstrong catcher John Roberts. He is 13 of 16 now on the base paths, is Perkle, and he is on at first with nobody out for the designated hitter, Brett George.
To bat forward the Bobcats, designated hitter, number 3, Brett George.
George looks at a strike. He shows bunt, but did not offer at the pitch that hit the outside corner. Good spot for Gray and Roberts. And it's 0-1. George 0 for 3. Reached on an error back in the second inning. He's also grounded out and struck out. Throw over to first. Perkle not going anywhere. At least not yet.
He's thinking about it, though.
George shows bunt, and foul tips it into the glove of John Roberts, and Gray is now ahead of him 0-2. Throw over to first again. Perkle back to the bag.
It's been like a month since Chris played first.
No, it's not. He's playing it right now.
Breaking ball by Gray is outside. And it's now 1-2. Georgia College men's golf team, the Peach Belt Conference champions, will join the Armstrong Atlantic men's golf team in Wilson, North Carolina for the South-Southeast Regional on Monday through Wednesday. 20 schools from the Peach Belt Conference Carolinas, South Atlantic Conference, Sunshine State Conference, and Gulf South Conference will compete for 5 spots in the Division II National Championships, which will be played in Indiana. Georgia College is the top seed in the Southeast region, as that pitch is fouled off. The Pirates are now the 7 seed out of the Southeast region. Other Peach Belt schools in the regional: Lander, the 3 seed, Flagler, the 5 seed, and Columbus State, the 9 seed. The 1-2 pitch from Gray is grounded past the diving third baseman Drew Walker into left field. And that is a single for George, after George was trying to give himself up on the sacrifice. He ends up getting a single, and the tying runs are on base for Jason Vena, the second baseman.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, second baseman, number 2, Jason Vena.
That will bring up Vena in an obvious bunting situation here with the tying runs on in the 8th inning. Vena is 0 for 2. He has already had a sacrifice. He bunts back to the pitcher, Gray. Only play is to first, and Gray delivers it to Zitrauer, and Zitrauer may be hurt as his arm was contacted by Vena as he ran through the bag. Gray threw to the dugout side of first, but he did get the out, and it puts Perkle and George in scoring position for the shortstop, Chandler Snell.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, shortstop, number 15, Chandler Snell.
Snell steps in 1 for 3 with an RBI single. That was back in the 2nd inning. Gray's first pitch is grounded foul down the third base side. 7 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for Georgia College. 9 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for Armstrong Atlantic as we bat with the Bobcats here in the top of the 8th. Game 1 of a 3-game Peach Bowl Conference Series, wrapping up the 2010 regular season for both the Bobcats and the Pirates. Fastball hit into right field. On the run is Weish. He will make the catch. Runner tags. Throw to the plate is not in time, so the sacrifice fly by Snell makes it a 9-8 ball game, and George moves to third.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, left fielder, number 7, Kyle Allen.
And that will bring up the left fielder, Kyle Allen, with now 2 outs in the inning. And the tying run at third, Allen is 1 for 4. Popped out to second his last time up. And we are going to have a pitching change as assistant coach Calvin Culberson is going to come out to the mound, and Thomas Gray's day will be done. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. You're listening to Pirate Baseball. The guy who's been warming up since the 2nd inning. Last game. The new pitcher for Armstrong Atlantic is junior left-hander Trent Landa to face the left-handed hitter Kyle Allen. Landa is 1-1 with a 6.57 ERA, making his 9th appearance of the year. 12 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 18 hits. He has walked 7 and struck out 14, and he delivers a first pitch strike to Allen. Thomas Gray went 7 2/3 innings, gave up 9 hits, 8 runs, 4 earned. He walked 2 and struck out 1 in his final appearance as a Pirate. Next pitch is hit into left center field. On the run is Josh Wilson. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Georgia College scores 1. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Your score, Armstrong Atlantic 9, Georgia College 8. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Pioneer Field. It'll be John Roberts, Austin Thomas, and Josh Wilson to face Ryan Parson, right-handed reliever for Georgia College. Good relief work by both teams in the 8th inning. Georgia College had Jessup and Parson both get hitters out with the bases loaded, and Trent Landa came in to get the left-hander Kyle Allen out with the tying run on at third. And so we head to the bottom of the 8th in a 1-run ball game, 9-8. Roberts hits a fly ball into right field. Deep, but not deep enough. Ward makes the grab for out number 1.
That is the second time he's done that this game.
So with 1 down, Austin Thomas steps to the plate.
For the Pirates, designated hitter, number 6, Austin Thomas.
Thomas is 1 for 4 with a pair of runs scored. Parsons' first pitch to him is low for a ball. 9-8 here in the bottom of the 8th. Pirates have left 9 runners on base. Georgia College has left 5 runners on base, as that one is fouled off by Thomas, making it 1-1. Pirates left 3 on in the 7th.
That one was open.
They also left on 2 in the 2nd inning. And 2 in the 5th. Pitch is in the dirt, so it's now 2 and
Hit him in the neck.
and the catcher Perkle, the ball kicked up and hit him, so he's being attended to by the Georgia College training staff. He's had a very active game behind the plate.
Trying to
and not in a good way, although he has done a nice job. But he will stay in. As it is now a 2-2 count on Austin Thomas.
Their pitchers would quit trying to kill him.
The 2-2 delivery from Parson is in the dirt, and it's now 3-2 on Thomas. Three-two pitch way outside for a ball, and Thomas will draw a one-out walk and bring up Josh Wilson. And Justin Wilson, Josh's younger brother, will go to first base to pinch run.
Pinch running for the Pirates. Number 18, Justin Wilson.
It's June. And Joe.
Now batting for the Pirates. Left fielder, number 5, Josh Wilson.
So Josh Wilson steps to the plate as his brother Justin heads over to first. Justin is 9 for 10 on stolen base attempts this season. So the Pirates could try and run him to move him into scoring position. He goes on the first pitch. It's in the dirt, and it gets past Perkle, but Wilson will head into second base with the steal. And the Pirates have that runner in scoring position now with one down for Wilson. Josh is 3 for 4 today, a double in the second, an RBI single in the fourth, and a bunt single in the fifth, pushing his career hit total to 311. The 1-0 pitch is fouled off by Wilson, and it's 1-1. Wilson's double in the second inning was his 68th of his career, and that is one shy of the Peach Belt Conference record of 69. The 1-1 pitch from Parson instead, a bluff to second. Justin Wilson not going anywhere. Swing and a pop-up in front of the Georgia College bench, and that will fall foul. Both first baseman Pitts and the catcher Perkle were in the vicinity, but neither had very good beads on the ball, could not make a play. So the 1-2 pitch to Wilson, well high for a ball. And that makes it 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3, and Wilson is out on strikes for the second time.
Up to bat for the Pirates. Center fielder, number 1, Michael Price.
So with 2 down, Michael Price will step to the plate. Price is 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles, a sacrifice, and a walk. And the first pitch to him is high and outside for a ball. Price has driven in a run with a single. That was back in the sixth inning, or excuse me, the fifth inning. Next pitch is also high, and it's now 2-0 to Price. Justin Wilson leads away from second. Pinch running for Austin Thomas after Thomas drew a 1-out walk. And a bluff throw by the pitcher Parson.
Who's he going to throw to? There's nobody there.
The 2-0 pitch to Price is a strike, and it's 2-1. And another bluff throw by the pitcher Parson, but no player covering the bag. A little mind games between Parson and Justin Wilson. The 2-1 pitch is popped up in the infield, now in foul territory. The catcher Perkle cannot make the catch on the foul ball, and Price stays alive. It's 2-2.
Yeah, I'd say lock it up. If they need back in, she'll call.
Two balls, two strikes on Michael Price. Switch hitting junior outfielder from Orlando. A runner in scoring position. Pirates trying to get an insurance run. That pitch is outside for a ball. Georgia College scored 7 in the second. Pirates scored 5 in the fourth and then took the lead with 4 in the fifth. A single run by the Bobcats in the eighth has cut it to a 1-run lead.
Right, on top of it. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That should be fine.
3-2 pitch fouled off by Price.
All right, enjoy the concert.
So the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. Price swung at ball 4. But we head to the top of the ninth inning. Your score, Armstrong Atlantic 9, Georgia College 8.
For the Bobcats, center field.
We head to the top of the ninth inning. Armstrong Atlantic 3 outs away from claiming a win in Game 1 of this Peach Belt Conference Series, but Georgia College has the 2, 3, 4 hitters in their order as Trent Landa delivers a first pitch strike to center fielder Sean Harrell. Landa retired Allen with the runner at third in the 8th to keep it a 1-run ball game. And the 0-2 pitch from Landa is a breaking ball low for a ball. Swinging a foul back to the screen by Harrell, who is 2 for 4 today, a single and a double. He is also grounded back to the pitcher and flied out to right. 1-2 breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 3. And Harrell is out on strikes for the first out of the 9th.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, third baseman, number 21, Steve Moyo.
And that brings up Steve Moyo. Or excuse me, that brings up a pinch hitter for Georgia College.
Pinch hitting for the Bobcats.
Senior Andrew Evans will bat in place of Moyo. Evans hitting .235 with 2 homers and 11 runs driven in. First pitch to him is low for a ball. This is Landa's first appearance for the Pirates since he gave up 4 runs and 5 hits in an inning and 2/3 at Mount Olive back on March 24th. Ground ball to short. Sutton, long throw to first, is in time. And the Bobcats are down to their final out in right fielder Sean Ward.
Up to bat for the Bobcats, right fielder, number 16, Sean Ward.
Sean Ward looks at a pitch low and in for a ball. Cleanup hitter for the Bobcats reached on an error back in the first, but has 3 ground outs after that, once to second, once to third, and once back to the pitcher. And Landa has fallen behind 2-0 in the count. That one is low and in, and it's now 3-0.
The worst one right now, middle, my kneecap.
3-0 pitch. That is a strike, Athens. And it's now 3-1. Fastball grounded to third. Long throw by Walker is in time, and the Pirates take Game 1 of this Peach Belt Conference Series 9-8.
Your AASU Pirates wrap up this 3-game Peach Belt Conference Series.
Fans, be sure to join us tomorrow, 1 p.m. first pitch for Armstrong Atlantic and Georgia College. It will be Senior Day as 7 seniors will play their final contests here at Pirate Field for Armstrong Atlantic. Chad Jackson saying good evening from Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic wins it 9-8.